Hi everybody, Brett back, Altitude Scale Modeling. Another tool review. This is actually going to be Display Part 2. Y'all know what a tool junkie I am. Especially Display. Photo etch bender, tool holder, circle cutter, super glue holder. I got the ruler, I got the cutters, I got the drill. I pretty much have it all. Well, they've recently come out with a new round of tools, and we're going to take a look at some of them. Let's start here. They've come out with a line, and before we get too deep, let's just do a little disclaimer. Are these required? No. Most of the stuff you're going to see, you can find another way cheaper. These are luxury items, cool looking items. They're great. They're made of anodized aluminum. They'll last a really long time if you take care of them. But no, they're not required. So anyway, they came out with some carving guide tape for scribing. I've got a few here, 4mm, 2mm, 10mm, 3mm. What's different about these, I'm going to have to pick a size you can actually see some of. Let's take the 10, it's a pretty good size. So, 10mm. This talks about how to use them and the manufacturing process. Now what's unique about these is they're clear. I thought I had one open, but apparently I do not. So, they're clear. And they've got lines under them. So you can see through what you're scribing. So if I take, now let's look at the Super Tucano that I'm working on. So let's cut a piece of this off. Sorry about that. So you got some panel lines to rescribe. Say we want to rescribe this one right here. That's too short. I'll do something longer. Alright. Panel line right there. So you're just going to line that up. Take a scriber, of which I have many. So let's just use your basic old Tamiya one for now. And you're just going to go into the panel line and run along the edge like that. You can take it off. Here. Let's try it on a painted surface. My Airfix B17. Dusty. So we want to make this panel line better. I have not detacked this tape. AK real covers on there. Real colors on there. So line it up on that panel line, pushing it down, putting the scriber in, letting the tool do the work. peel it off. No tape came with it. Perfectly good panel line. You want to scribe around the tail section. And of course you can use the thinner stuff, which would be easier for curved sections. But put it right like that. Wrap it around so it matches the other side. Like that. Push it into place. And obviously this piece is too long for demonstration purposes. Right in that panel line, just like that. Peel it off. Perfectly scribed panel line. So, I do believe, let me check the website here. Again, these all came from Hong Kong. I do believe this comes in, go back to the Display official store. Carving tools, guide tape, this comes in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 millimeter up to 10 millimeter in 1 millimeter increments. And with shipping from Hong Kong, it's going to run you about $7 a roll. So, there's one of their new products. And I keep the case to keep the dust off the edges. Instructions just in case I get old and forgetful. Next, for you PE aficionados, anodized aluminum PE rolling set. It's got rollers from 4 millimeter to 16 millimeter, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. And it came in this beautiful, lovely box right here. And you know, their boxing is like Apple boxing. It's amazing. Well, directions on how to use it. Push down on the PE. Roll it up, roll it around, you're good to go. For all you people doing lots of PE work, this could come in handy. This, I do have a set of the wooden dowels that I've had forever that have worked just fine too and cost about half as much. This, again on their site, because it's the only place I found I could get it, is running about $27 with shipping, maybe a little more because it is kind of heavy. But again, beautiful anodized aluminum. Comes with a non-skid base you put down to keep it from moving around. Add that to your PE building arsenal. Next was get into some sanding stuff. This is to help you sand things at certain angles. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to need some screw. There's a good chunk. So, say you need something at a 45-degree angle. This uses these sanding strips. Is another type of scribing tool, which we'll look at. And it's just called carving needle. And blue, which is in the tool now, is called carving knife. Let's take one of each out. So, tool, nice anodized aluminum handle, feels really good in the hand. You cannot replace this part. which of course I can't remember what it's called right now. But you know, on your Dremel tools and all your other tools, you can replace it. With this one you can't. This I would use for cleaning seam lines. It's incredibly sharp. So be careful when using it. Put it in there, tighten it down. You can see it's a triangle shape. One of these edges, all three of these edges are very sharp. And you would just come across and use it like a seam scraper. And it works great. I love it. It's like my Alex scraper. Only can get into small tight spots. Like in between these two lights right here. Scrape out in between there. So, you got that. That one is it's called the triangular carving knife. That blade is currently running. The blade you can get in America for like $18. Online it's costing about $13. Okay, let's take that out and set it aside. The next one, carving needle. You can see titanium, very sharp point. This you can use for many things, but one of the things is beautifully carves into your plastic very neatly. You can use the carving tape to follow long lines, clean up your seam lines. I don't know if you can see a little bit of dust forming on there, but I'm just making this seam line deeper. Very nice, very sharp point. This as well is about $13 from Hong Kong, and I've seen it in American places. Actually, it's only about $10 from Hong Kong, and then I've seen American places for $12 or $13, I believe. And they all come in these nice cases. Next is what they're calling hook brooch, which is essentially another fancy scriber. This one will also follow your lines, but this comes in various sizes. So these are tungsten steel. They come in 0.1 millimeter, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 millimeter. And again, same thing. If you need, this one is 0.5 millimeter, so it's going to make bigger scribes, and I don't want to scribe on my panel lines with this. But again, scribe, it's going to bring up your little curly cue like most scribers do, because it's cleaning out the panel line as it goes. So, and actually I could use this on the back here, making my rudder a little bit deeper. So I just go from line to line. This would be great for if you wanted to remove something. You see how it's pulling out plastic? So, hook brooch, scribing tool, 0.1 millimeter to 1 millimeter. And again, they all come in these nice cases. These are running between 13 and 18 Hong Kong, or I don't know if I've seen those in America yet. And last are what they're calling push brooches, which are essentially chisels. Again, high quality tungsten steel. This one is a 1.8 millimeter. These come in 22 different sizes from 0.125 to 3 millimeter. And these range in size or price from $12 to $18, 12 being the cheapest, 18 being the most expensive, the 3 millimeter. And this is for, like, you know what you're using chisels for, you're carving stuff out, carving out chunks of plastic. Obviously I don't want to carve through my beautiful plane I'm working on, but just carve out chunks. And that's the perfect place for this sander. So, we got those. Like I said, 22 different sizes. So those are the carving and cutting tools they've come out with. But what's unique is you can buy this. The base for the push brooches, and they're going to have one for the hook brooches too. Wish I could see this better. So, the base, again, comes in a really wonderful box. Looks like that. And of course, it is matching. It has a non-skid bottom you can put on it, and labeled from 0.125 up to 0.3. So that looks like. And it comes with this very sturdy acrylic dust cover, which you can't see because of the glare. So this will match your bench, make a beautiful addition for your brooches, your chisels. When they come out with the hook one, that'll be great as well. So the holder itself costs, let's see where to go, about 25 from Hong Kong, about 28 in America if you can find it. I've not seen it in America yet. And there's also going to be one to hold the whole range of these, and then there'll be one for the hook brooches, the scribers. So another beautiful, beautiful thing. So there you have it. This month's look, or this quarter's look, or however often they release product, at new display products. Are they necessary? Heck no. Are they desirable? That depends on you. I obviously desire them because I have them, I use them, and they make my bench look really cool. Oh, almost forgot to put this one in the shot. You know, honestly, if you're a PE guy, I'd get this just because it's smooth and sturdy and can help with the corners. Unless you're a huge scratch builder, you don't really need this, but it matches. This is a great scribing tool and a great seam scraper tool when using this here, which is why I keep this one in there all the time. And the tape, it's right now my favorite tape for scribing and carving lines. And the sanders, I've been using them and the AK ones I showed you alongside my other normal company sanders. So, thanks for watching. I hope this doesn't cause you to spend too much money, but if it does, it'll be worth it all because these are high quality tools that will last and be able to be passed down to your kids and your grandkids if they choose to become modelers. Thanks for watching.